Dying alone in prison for me is a topic that truly hits home, based on the harsh reality of me being a lifer. It runs across my mind as if it's a marathon. I catch myself praying to the Most High in ways of just being grateful. Just being grateful. Just being grateful. Just being grateful. Just being
I was convicted of robbery and manufacturing of PCP. I was sentenced to 10 years. I got COVID and it put me in a coma, and I was in the hospital for almost 3 months. I was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis, severe COPD, and reoccurring pneumonia. I got 9 different medications that I take. About 6 months ago, they gave me 6 months to live.
Shock, disappointment, shock, fear that he would die here. He's here for consequences for choices he made. But he's still a human. He still has family.
I was convicted of assault with a deadly weapon in 2000. It was a 3-strike case. They gave me 122 years to life. I have a disease called congestive heart failure, compounded with diabetes. I have so many medical conditions now, but AFib is one of them. It's just been difficult. Just coming from my cell and trying to go to the shower. I walk about 5 or 10 feet with my walker. I have to take a breath and I have to reset. Throughout a normal day, I take about 9 or 10 pills in the daytime, and I take about 4 at night.
Over the years, I've heard guys say that their biggest fear is dying in prison. And so I think when they're faced with a terminal illness and then on top of that, not seeing a parole date, knowing that they're going to die while they're in prison, I think that's a hard thing to deal with.
And when you speak to these men, a lot of lifers tell me this, that one thing that I fear is dying in prison. So do you know, what are the conditions that would get you an accepted compassionate release?
Okay, I was told that not only do they have the old compassionate release, but now they have a new compassionate release that has different parameters.
All right.
Right, and so what I'm trying to do is get those parameters from the doctor, and then we can go from there.
The application is in my hands for a certain amount of time before I pass it off to the process, including the courts. I will also say that physicians or providers tend to be not great predictors of how much, what kind of lifespan somebody might have, especially towards the end. My sense is that we have work to do in getting somebody through the process earlier in their disease state, but it does, it really can feel like a failure if we're not able to help somebody get out before they pass away.
My doctors filed for it once, the compassionate release, and my family filed for it on the streets. And twice it was denied.
The paperwork actually didn't even get as far as the warden for their review, so the compassionate release was denied before it even got started?
The first time that it was denied was they wanted me to get a second opinion from another doctor, which they hired a doctor, CDC. The second time, my family tried to appeal the decision from the streets, and they filed a compassionate release, but it was denied also.
It's a terminal disease. They gave him a life expectancy of 6 to 8 months.
If I got 6 months, I want to spend whatever time I got left with my kids, my grandkids. I got 12 grandkids. Most I haven't met. I've been in prison 8.5 years. I haven't met yet. I've been married almost 30 years. I got 4 daughters, my son. I talk to them every single day. We text, and they all want me to come home. You know? Freedom to me means right now, literally just being able to enjoy what quality time I got left with my people.
The only thing that I could think when I was denied was why. I'm thinking the whole time that after CDC signs off on it, that everything was automatic, but it wasn't automatic. And I was devastated when I broke it down and read about it and looked at what they did to me. I got with my attorney and we filed an appeal on the denial. What did my commitment offense have to do with my medical condition and my medical petition to the court? I didn't understand it. And apparently the appellate court didn't understand it either. Well, I want people to know that I'm not the same person that I was when I came into prison. And you see it's just joy and pain, like sunshine. I want people to know about the changes that I've made in my life. I want people to know that they got to keep the fight going, man. You got to keep hope alive. And I want my family to know. I want them to know how much I love them. And that I tried.
And then they tell me they're going to give me a lung transplant. And they denied that. It makes no sense. They should have just left me alone. Only to be told it was a misunderstanding. How the hell do you make a misunderstanding like that?
I understood as I was being hired that I was going to be part of a new group of providers coming in to help make change, to transition away from the care that people had been receiving, which was inadequate. Mm-hmm. And when I got here, I had worked previously in safety net clinics and saw that indeed the conditions were pretty grim. We've come a long way since then. But there is a legacy of mistrust that is not unfounded, that we continue to have to work on to this day because of that.
They say I'm dying and there's no one around. Deep inside it hurts so much 'cause I'm all alone now. I've made amends for my sins and there's nothing more to fight. I'm just a man shackled to his bed, reaching for the light.
You ever watch someone deteriorate in front of you mentally? I mean, he's physically conscious, subconsciously sleepy, he's living there literally. This is what happens when all hope is lost and you feel you have nothing to lose.
When everyone helping is dying, and dying is all that's left for you to do. I seen an old man with cancer that had been down for 20 years better, sliced both of his wrists, killing himself because he found out his mom had died in a letter. Sadder than that, how sad. I was watching somebody die daily, got lost in doing his time, been down 29, bro, he started going crazy.